Yeah. He's definitely a guy I want to bring on every couple of months. So, yeah, definitely check out any of Lonnie's stuff. And he's done a couple teammates, 2 guys that have competed a lot. It's going to be a tough match for Dennis. I mean, Seth is so dangerous from everywhere.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know. Does Seth have any experience with the legs? Does he ever go after legs?
No. Seth is very beginner at the leg game and the exchanges.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was going to say, because a lot of people have been attacking Dennis's legs.
Yeah, no. Seth, both these guys' path to victory is choke. Dennis has had some really good choke attempts, though. I mean, that last match where he got the reverse triangle, finished up on top, and really got that choke finish, that was a big moment for him. Now, this is a tough match for him. Seth is so dangerous, and really any guy, white or blue belt, is really going to struggle to survive against Seth.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple guys do it, but it's going to be tough. Then we've got Moises versus Jonathan Roberts. Now, that's a match that 2 guys that train a lot together. Now, Moises, he really needs to avoid, and he knows, I mean, these 2 guys train together. I mean, if anybody knows Jonathan Roberts' game, it's him and Matt Elkins. And we saw Matt take out Jonathan. Is Moises going to do the same? Does he have the recipe since they've trained a lot together?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if anybody would.
So we'll see.
It's going to be interesting to see, yeah.
But we've got now, and then we've got 8 matches left. We got Clay Malone versus Steven Mitchell, Elijah Carlton versus Jonathan Roberts, Moises versus Kiyahi, Blake versus Josh Daddario, Caleb McAllister versus Seth Tatum, Eric Longard, Joe Kai, and then Dallas Sharp, Josh Daddario. So Josh still has a couple of matches. That last match of the night, him versus Dallas, should be a fun one.
All right. Do you want to pick out another one?
Sure.
We're picking out another prize from the Coca-Cola box.
So we'll go with this Steel Jacket multi-tool wallet.
All right. So this is the wallet. Okay.
Let's give out both these before the night's over.
Okay. It's got memory in it. You can.
Yeah, we're almost out of prizes. So yeah, we got a steel wallet.
Well, we still have these shirts back here that we can't forget. We got to give those out too. We might give those out at the tournament.
Yeah, I think we just give them out.
Let's do that. All right. So what are we giving these for?
Let's go. Shoot, let's go with the next draw.
They both get
a wallet.
Okay. Nice. Let me put that.
There we go. I hate to reward a draw, though. What do you think about that?
All right. Dennis and Seth probably going to end in a choke. Let's give it to just the next 2 winners.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll go to the next 2 winners.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if I need to refresh that page or not.
Yeah, I don't think it's working. I think we just keep talking.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys can at least see us. No, that's the old stream.
Oh.
So, we've got a new link coming up. Guys, stay tuned. We've got 9 matches left. I said 8, but counting, it's 9. And we still have probably the most anticipated match of the season against Elijah versus Jonathan Roberts.
So this is...
Yeah, that's live.
That's the one.
We're back. You guys missed an incredible match between Elijah and Jonathan Roberts. It was crazy. They had a 5-minute footlock battle that ended in... No, I'm just kidding. We haven't done any matches. You guys didn't miss anything. So, Dennis Smith versus Seth Tatum. Our next match, we got Dennis in the orange, the white belt from 10th Planet Decatur, and we got Seth Tatum in the blue. Seth's standing. And we see an Imanari roll attempt.
Ooh.
Very nice. An Imanari roll attempt into a reverse triangle. Seth's in some real trouble here.
533.
Seth's in a very dangerous position. An Imanari roll into a reverse triangle. Very interesting.
Oh.
Seth does a great job, though. Survives. He's on top now, looking to pass. He's in an over-under. Passes the guard now, and Dennis now is in trouble. This is where Seth is so dangerous. We haven't seen Seth in the top position all night, but this is where he does his best work, because he's got 4 or 5 chokes that he's very proficient at.
441. $428.
Oh, Seth's on the back. He's got one hook in, puts the other hook in. He's going to go to that body triangle. Man, the legs are so long, that body triangle. He's already got the choke, and he gets the tap. Really nice job.
All right.
So there we go. We're back. Another choke. Seth Tatum wins a steel wallet.
Okay.
So next match, we got Moises Crasco versus the Elbow Genie, Jonathan Roberts, or Elbow Bay, whatever you want to call him. Did we ever decide? What are people calling him? I've seen both in the chat.
Yeah, I have seen both in the chat. I prefer Elbow Bay because I came up with it, but Elbow Genie's pretty good too.
Okay. But we got Moises versus Jonathan Roberts, and I'm interested to see. These guys have trained a lot together. I don't know if they're teammates, but they've done a lot of training together over the years in Birmingham, and we'll see. Because the last time we saw Jonathan against a teammate, I mean, that's his only time he's been submitted.
Mm. So Egghead says you're not funny. I don't know why.
That's
What did you say?
I was talking about that Jonathan versus Elijah already happening, but they missed it. I mean, that was pretty funny.
And Brenda sounded in there. He got jokes.
Yeah. Brendan knows what's up.
Yeah.
I knew that would get a couple people riled.
Oh, I bet.
Dude, we got Ernest Williams saying that we're putting him to sleep.
Oh, well.
Well,
Maybe he was referring to the internet outage and not our sparkling personalities.
dude, I
know it
feel
can't be
like
that.
we've been killing it. I mean, we have been talking for 4 hours straight. No breaks.
Yeah, that never happens to me. There's not a day that goes by where I talk for a cumulative 4 hours. I
don't think you guys understand. After this, me and Lindsay don't talk to another human for 3 days.
Right. Like,
Yeah, no.
Not
I've said all my words in the PGF.
yeah. Okay, so that was Seth with 7.
And you want Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan doesn't even commentate. Like, I'm talking about when he does, like, the fight companions and stuff. He's the worst to listen to.
And I've gotten where I kind of disagree with Joe a lot of times, especially when he's talking about, like, the fighter's intention or, like, where he should go or, like, oh, he's got it. And then it's like, oh, Joe.
Yeah, Joe's still living in the days where he's like, the Japanese necktie is the best submission.
Right.
But we got Moises in the orange, Jonathan Roberts coming out in the blue, and this is going to be a fun match. We're going to see Jonathan Roberts pull guard. I'm interested to see Moises' strategy. How is he going to deal with the clinched guard of Jonathan Roberts? Jonathan sits, looking to play that shin to shin. He had a lot of success with that shin to shin against Caleb. Very good job pushing on the face. Moises knows that he can't allow Jonathan to get too deep. Moises clears the knee line. Jonathan looks for that inside heel hook. Reverse De La Hiva. Changes to a butterfly guard.
$5.15.
Oh, Jonathan's got that double under position. Interesting. He uses that double under position to better position that straight arm, like that razor arm attack that Marcelo Garcia does. Moises trying to grab the head, and this is what you have to do. You've got to get control of the head. We saw Caleb try and get Jonathan's head. He just couldn't quite get deep enough. Jonathan back out, though, pushes Moises back out into his butterfly. He's got the double unders. Moises trying to frame into the throat.
4:30.
Moises did a great job there, but Jonathan's in on the leg lock, so Moises avoids the sweep, but gives up the leg lock. Oh, really nice entry into the 50-50. Moises needs to be careful here. Jonathan's got the heel hook. I don't know why he's not going for the finish.
Nice.
And Jonathan gets the finish. A beautiful 50-50 entry. And Jonathan Roberts just won himself a wallet. Man, nice backside 50-50 entry from J-Rob.
That was beautiful. Yes. All right, so that is 3 points for Jonathan Roberts. Brandon is singing the elbow genie over there.
Yeah, the elbow genie's a bad man.
So that brings him to 68 points.
And rightfully so. I would have hated to see the season end with Jonathan Roberts. He was on the outside looking in coming into tonight for the money. But if anybody deserves money, I mean, him and obviously the top 5 and 6 guys, like they all deserve some money. And for Jonathan to have won nothing for the regular season, that'd feel like a crime. So Jonathan's officially in. He's going to win. And I guarantee he wins at least match of the night or match of the season or sub of the season, maybe even both. So I think he's going to be walking out of here with a lot.
I don't think we mentioned those. Did you mention the sub of the year and the match of the year and how much
so
they get?
Tonight we're also giving out $500 for sub of the year and match of the year. Both players will get $500. And Jonathan's been involved in quite a few memorable. He's had a few sub of the year contenders. I mean, how much does that Darce play in? I mean, that Darce is probably the heavy favorite, I'd say, for that $500. But match of the year, I mean, honestly, him and Caleb McAllister probably both are in line for that. So, I think he gets both. I'm with you, Wallow J.
The Grey Goose, Steve Mitchell.
And so we got Clay Malone versus Steven Mitchell. Steven coming off that draw against Kanan Brooks. Clay in the white and black shorts. Steven in the Phalanx shorts with the black tights or black spats. And I just heard the elbow Genie in the background say, hey, make sure you guys take the full 6 because he needs a break before he faces Elijah Carlton.
Ooh. Hopefully we'll give it to him anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I mean, that match is, there's too much on the line. We'll throw Blake Randall versus Josh Daddario up.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, man. Jonathan Roberts is 2 for 2. I told him pre, I was like, man, if you sub 2 of these guys, like that's a huge night. If you sub all 3, you're the man. So we'll see. So we're in the stand-up position.
455.
I know I've harped on this so many times, but I just don't get in these 6-minute matches. We've already seen a minute and a half, no real takedown attempts, and neither guy, I just think if one of them shoots, it's a victory.
Yeah.
The takedown's going to happen. All you got to do is commit to that shot. If you worked on your explosive movement and you're going to, so if you've been doing the work and you've been working on your shots, you're going to get takedowns in the PGF. So many of these guys are just standing straight up. They're back on their heels. They're not even really setting up guillotines. They're just standing.
That would be my fear. My shots are terrible, so my neck would be in danger.
There's really only a couple competitors, and the guys that we've seen ending up in guillotines are, I mean, the survival rate's very, very high.
Yeah. 345. I guess if you're actively shooting, then you're actively defending against the guillotine.
Yeah, I mean, most guys don't have the highest level guillotine. Steven, though, uses the guard pull and the threat to the leg lock to get the sweep. Clay Malone's on his back in full guard, looking to wrap a neck up. Not really much there. Grabbing the guillotine from when you're already in the closed guard is very difficult. It's pretty much impossible to do.
306.
So we're 3 minutes in. Steven needs to be careful. Needs to be disciplined with his elbows and hands. We've seen Clay finish a couple of triangles this season. Ooh, Steven looks to do a Gary Tonin entry from the closed guard.
241.
Steven looking to win that inside position. Clay, though, about to be in on a triangle. Steven needs to be careful here. Clay's got the posture. Ooh, and Steven's in a deep triangle here. Clay, though, needs to switch the lock. This is going to be difficult to finish.
214.
Ooh, but that's going to be a deep arm lock. Yeah, that's the play right there. If Clay wanted to finish the choke, he needed to switch his legs.
So was that 3?
Yeah, 3 points.
There's 3 points?
Yeah. Where's Clay? Okay, there. All right. Elijah Carlton and Jonathan Roberts may be next.
Yeah,
they're next on the schedule, but I didn't know if we were going to. Okay.
Yeah, so we got Elijah Carlton versus Jonathan Roberts up next. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if Jonathan wins, he's had a legendary night. Like, he's had a night that he can be proud of for the rest of his life. I mean, even if he doesn't get this sub, he's got a night that has been he's had a season that has been absolutely phenomenal. But a sub right here would be the cherry on top. Now, Elijah, though, is going for every match, every sub, which will never be beaten in PGF history. Guys will only ever be able to tie him. And I think that would be really cool to be the first guy to do every match, every sub. Every match, I subbed every competitor. So lots on the line right here.
It's a pretty impressive precedent to set.
Yeah. And so, what's your prediction?
Oh, man. I want to go Elijah. I don't know. There's so many possibilities. Well, actually, I want to say RNC, but I don't know that he's going to be able to get there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good match. I think Elijah has a slight advantage in the leg game. And if it stays in the legs, I think Elijah ends up catching Jonathan. But, man, if Elijah tries to pass and come in there, like, we'll see.
So your prediction is some kind of ankle lock?
Yeah, I think Elijah completes the dream season. You know, he goes 20 for 20. I think Jonathan is the people's favorite. He's the guy that came in. I think, like, you know, Elijah came in as the overwhelming favorite to win. I mean, when people saw the list of names, they saw there were tough dudes, but everyone was like, no, I got Elijah Carlton. Like, I would bet
and we
on
knew
Elijah Carlton.
we knew Elijah and like his competition record.
Yeah,
and that
he's
kind of
the
thing,
most.
and then- so
Yes.
Jonathan was underrated because we didn't know anything about him yet.
Yeah, I had never seen him grapple until the first night. I'd heard that he was very good, and obviously, he's been better than very good. He's been a star. He's been a
yeah.
star in the PGF. So, I mean, again, both these guys. There's really this is more of a pride match.
Yeah.
Again, Elijah's already won the money. Jonathan's already
In the money.
he's in the money, but he's basically locked up sub of the night and match or sub of the year and match of the year. So he's
Sure.
looking at $1,000 right there.
Yeah. Plus whatever he gets for his placement.
Yeah. So he's looking at a cool $1,200.
Wow. So he's going to get more than number one, you think?
Yeah. Probably.
That's pretty cool. That's an amazing opportunity for people who are not
You know,
like in the competition, in the big competition scene right now.
Yeah.
To walk away with $1,200.
I think
in one
Jonathan's
night.
been training the longest of anybody. Well, Hodger had been, but then Hodger dropped out. But I think Jonathan's been training for 15 years.
Oh wow.
Or 14 years. Like, he's been training a very long. I didn't realize how long he'd been training. I was kind of imagining he was that 8 or 9 year brown belt, but no, he's been
Gotcha.
training. Like, he started training when he was a kid,
Yeah.
and so he's been in the game a long time. So I'm really shocked I'd never heard his name until
Yeah.
recently. And yeah, he's one of those hidden gems.
Consistently for 14 years. Like there were no gaps
I'm
in there.
really not that sure. You know, I still don't know him that well. He's an absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
I mean, he is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in the sport.
Yeah, I was
So-
just wondering if that's why we'd never heard of it, or he hadn't been.
Well,
in
I
the
know he had
competition
shoulder
scene.
surgery. I know he had
Okay.
shoulder surgery on one of his shoulders, and I think he also had another pretty significant injury. I can't remember. So, yeah, I'm sure he's had a couple of injuries, and I think he's jumped gyms a couple of times. So,
Gotcha.
also another reason he's still at brown belt. But, hey, after this season, man, that guy's a black belt. Somebody hook him up.
Okay, consistently outside of injuries. Nice. Thanks, Andrew. That's pretty impressive that you're you're still training after. Well, you said 15 years, 14 years.
14, 15, yeah. I
Okay.
know it's like
Yeah.
more than 12 years. Like, I think it's like
Yeah.
14 years maybe. So.
Blake Randall.
Okay.
So
we're
we're
skipping.
not going. Yeah. So we're going to give Jonathan a little bit more rest time. We're
And
going
Moises.
Blake Randall versus Josh Daddario, which is a good call by the commish.
Dario.
12 and a half years.
All right. So Jonathan came in and said 12 and a half years. So he's been training 12 and a half years. I thought it was 20. No. But he's been training 12 and a half years, and again, he's an absolute stud. So
It looks like 20.
yeah, he's a really, really good grappler. But we got Blake Randall in the orange versus Josh Daddario in the blue. Josh sits. Really nice job. I think Josh has improved more than anybody just in winning these initial grips. That's something we've talked a lot about. Nice cross step.
Ooh, that was
Beautiful
pretty.
passing. Good inversions by Blake Randall, and we've got a match here. Two
5'19".
young, small guys. Blake stands up, and Josh immediately sits again. Oh, and Blake gets the tap. That's Blake's second straight ankle lock of the night. Really nice straight ankle lock. And, man, Blake's had a great season.
So that was 3. So he's at 37. Blake is at 37.
Yeah, so Blake Randall in at 37 points. And I believe we're going to have to tally this up. Let's see here. I think he may have just missed qualifying for the tournament. I think he needed a choke tonight.
Yeah, I've got this on a spreadsheet, so it's not
Yeah, so
exactly
we're
the most
looking at that.
efficient thing.
But, yeah, that doesn't matter. Excellent season by Blake Randall. That was
Yes.
his final match.
Okay.
Let's see where we go next. I think we should go. Okay, we're going Jonathan Roberts versus Elijah next. So here you go, guys. This is the match we've all been waiting for. There's still a couple of really good matches. We've got 6 matches left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we've only got 5 matches left.
All right, guys, take this opportunity to donate to the Super Chat. This is an amazing thing to do on a Friday night. You're here with us. You're interacting with us. You're seeing some fire matches, a ton of chokes, and those that are not chokes are, how many draws have we had? Like 3 or 4. That's it. 1,
Yeah,
2,
it started off, we had quite a few draws, and we've really
Like
been on a nice submission streak since then.
3,
I think we've had 5, actually.
4, 5. Okay, 5.
Yeah, so we've had 5 draws.
That's
So not bad, because this is the most matches we've done all season. And we got 5 matches left.
All right, so 10th Planet Muscle Shoals is issuing a challenge, you guys. Next $10 super chats, he'll match. You got 5 minutes. So right now it's 9:45. Okay, so you got 5 minutes.
Well, hey, since Elijah's out, we can just throw Blake Randall into his spot.
Yeah, because you need.
Here
need
we go,
16.
man. The match, everybody. You guys know who these guys are. So,
All right, give to that super chat.
And you can see Elijah's thinking leg locks. Oh, I say that. He just immediately knee slices. Right past Jonathan's guard. Really nice pass by Elijah. Jonathan looks for that entry, hit on Nilo. Back step entry from Elijah. So we see Elijah mixing it up. Jonathan, great job right there. Jonathan inverts, gets his leg out, and Elijah's back standing. So this is what's really nice, like especially if you're the guy you want to be on top like Elijah does. He knows that if he just stands up, Jonathan will reset. Ooh, nice spinning leg lock entry. Jonathan clears the knee line. Good job by Jonathan.
4:53.
Elijah's in on that shin-to-shin guard.
We've got 2 donations. Come on, guys. 8 more super chats.
So Jonathan doing a good job, not allowing Elijah to get too deep on his legs.
4:28.
So as I said, this is the first time all season we've really seen like a double butt scoot. We see Jonathan, though, come up into the leg position. Oh, and this is his triangle setup. Elijah's going to get this. He's in on the triangle, and he gets the tap. Elijah is really, 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 really good.
He's very good.
I mean,
He's at 112.
that's his setup, man. I love how he grabs that the triceps. You see how he just pulls that tricep, and it's the threat of leg locks that really makes guys overcommit their weight. And man,
All right, there's $40 in the super chat, guys. Come on, we need 6 more $10 donations for Muscle Shoals to match it.
dude, Elijah, what more can you say? I'm kind of speechless. Like, he just makes it look so easy. He really is the Gordon Ryan of the PGF.
Yeah,
Like, he's the Gordon Ryan. Like, he looks very Gordon-esque, the way he beats people.
Just like it's easy.
Like, yeah, look.
Like no expression on my
He
face.
comes in,
just
you know, and he's all jacked and yada, yada, yada. But
Gordon doesn't have
just
that
like Gordon.
mustache, though.
But Gordon comes in jacked, but it's not the physical. It's not the physical ability they have. It is technique. And the technique that Elijah Carlton brings every time he steps on the mat is world class. I mean, because Jonathan Roberts is a bad dude. He is a black belt. very, very, very good grappler. And Elijah went through him pretty easy. And that's scary. Very, very scary. I think the tournament gets a lot more interesting with Elijah out. So honestly, it's like, oh man, like
Right.
the tournament now is up for grabs. I think any of these guys.
So a lot more competitive then.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see especially Kevin versus Jonathan again. I thought that was one of my favorite matches of the season. Definitely top 5 matches of the season. Both guys looked incredible. Jonathan, you know, the big question mark for Jonathan heading into the no time limit is if he doesn't get that early sub, we've seen him gas.
Oh, okay.
And can his cardio handle a 10-minute match or a 15-minute match or a 20-minute match?
However long.
Yeah, because these matches aren't stopping until there's submission.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Just the cardio factor, I think, yeah, it's going to be a factor for a lot of the matches.
Yeah, it is. And there's some of these guys that have incredible cardio. But, yeah, I really am super excited now for the tournament.
Me too.
So, dude, look, I wish Elijah was 100%. I wish every grappler was. Even if I hate you, you're like somebody that I think is like, oh, I can't stand that guy. I don't wish an injury on anyone because I know anybody that loves grappling how hard it is to be off the mats.
Yeah, it's sad.
So, yeah. But Elijah, man, honestly, Elijah just the talent that he has, the technique that he brings is, like he said, I think the sky's the limit for that guy. And I love his, I don't know, I really am a big fan. So, excellent job by Elijah Carlton. And, dude, take nothing away from Jonathan Roberts. He is honestly the people's favorite. He's the people's champ. Him and Joe Kai are the people's champ.
Yeah.
Of the PGF.
I mean, every time I see him come up on the schedule, I'm very excited because he has exciting matches.
Yeah.
Moises Carrasco.
All right, so we're going to have Moises versus Kiyahi.
Kiahi, Mccaghren.
So we got Moises, and I feel like this guy, I've seen so much of him over the past couple of days with him coming last night and competing, and then all the matches he's had today. But here we go. We got Moises versus Kiahi. Oh, and this is deep. He's going to get that finish. That's tight.
All right. Oh.
Moises has a vicious, vicious, vicious guillotine.
All right.
So there we go, man. We got Jake Elkins bringing in the $20.
And I just realized that I didn't do the womp womps for the super chat. So bear with me. There's going to be several. So womp 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 super chat from Egghead Warrior. Womp 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 super chat again from Brenda Flaherty. She's giving a bunch. You guys need to follow suit. Womp 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 super chat from Patty Ray. Womp 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 super chat again from Egghead Warrior. And womp 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 super chat from Jake Elkins and Ironclad Wrestling. All right, so thank you guys for those of you that did donate. We really appreciate that.
All right, you know what match Elijah Carlton's really interested in? He's interested in that Jake Elkins match. He said he's, yeah.
Womp,
That'd be a fun
womp.
match.
Super chat from Stephen Aiken. He says, just cuz. Thank you, Stephen.
We'll see, though. You know, this is Elijah's last match. He's pulled out of the trials, which is really sad to me because I know he is. He was using the PGF as his training, you know, to get ready for the ADCC trials. But yeah, he's gonna have to take probably a couple of months off and really rehab and rest. But he'll be back, and when he comes back, he'll be stronger than ever. But it's good, man. Hey, for your last match, you get $1,000.
Yeah. $1,000 for your trouble. All right. So who's next?
All right, so we only have a couple of matches left. We've got Caleb McAllister versus Seth Tatum, Eric Longard, Joe Kai, and Dallas Sharp, Josh Daddario. So 3 matches left, guys. Stick with us. The Eric Longard Joe Kai match should be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that'll be really good.
Caleb versus Seth is going to be a barn burner too.
Yeah. And Dallas and
Caleb
Josh, I'm
really
kinda
doesn't have
excited to
any
see
more to
them.
play for. Like, he's not going to enter into the top 3. And he's
Mm.
already the #1 seed in the Western Conference, so he doesn't need to finish with a choke. I mean, a choke doesn't really help him that much.
But he said his goal is to just come in and finish people, right?
Well, I say that. Did we miss him? Oh, so Nilo took another draw. So Nilo got 2 draws.
So Neela gets 2 more.
Wait, he got a draw for Casey Wilbanks, right?
Tatum.
Yeah, I didn't give him 2. I gave him a 7, a 2, and I didn't give him a second 2.
Yeah, so never mind.
So he
Caleb
needs another
McAllister
2.
needs no. So if Caleb McAllister gets a choke here, he will end up as the #2 guy.
Okay, because Neela had 2 no-shows.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's in on that front headlock. Seth's in his closed guard position. So this is where Seth wants to be. Man, you talk about Nilo losing some money.
Yeah.
Because Nilo was pretty much guaranteed the #2 spot in that $600.
$600. $525.
Ooh, nice over-under pass by Caleb McAllister. And Caleb is a tough hombre. And I think it was really poetic that he didn't tap to that choke.
$5 minutes.
So he's in on this front headlock. I think we're going to see him go to the mount to try and finish this naked guillotine. Yeah, he's got those hands together. He doesn't quite have the grip he wants. He's got a funky... Yeah, he had a funky grip.
434.
Nice work by Seth. Ooh, and Seth might be in on a triangle here.
$419.
Ooh, Seth is in a really good attacking position. Caleb needs to be very careful. Yeah, if Seth can free that right leg, he's in on that triangle.
$351.
So Caleb being cautious here. He knows if he makes the wrong move, he'll be in a triangle. See Seth playing a variety of different guards right here. Looking to just keep Caleb's posture, and he's hoping Caleb makes a mistake. Unfortunately, that's a really good black belt on top of him. He knows how
328.
close that triangle is. Oh, Seth is close to that triangle. Oh, but Caleb.
3 minutes.
Really nice job by Caleb. And he's in on the leg. He's in on a straight ankle lock. And this is Seth's weakness. And Caleb gets the straight ankle. What a match. Caleb was in some
nice.
danger there for a second.
All right, so that gives Caleb 96.
So here's our top 4. We've got Elijah Carlton. Matt Elkins will finish #2. Nilo will finish 3. And Caleb will finish 4.
Okay. So that Caleb gets at 3. So next match should be Eric Longard and Joe Kai.
Yep.
Battle of the Brown Belts. Womp, womp, womp super chat from Jeff McWhorter. How are you doing this week on your fantasy league,
Yeah, Jeff, what's up? You're number 1.
Aren't you number 1?
Yeah, he's #1. He's the champ right now. But hey, this is the last night.
Yeah. So This will be the finale. I didn't look to see
Hey,
who
I'm not
anybody
gonna lie,
picked.
my fantasy team sucked with Caleb and Robert Glad not showing up, or not Caleb, Casey and Robert Glad not
yeah.
showing up.
Just got a bunch of twos.
Yeah, dude. All the dudes that I had picked, I was like, all right, guaranteed money was not here.
Mm.
Egghead, you are the people's champ. That's 100% you are the people's champ.
The people's champ of the fantasy league.
Yeah, man, his write-ups have been incredible. I
Yeah.
love reading his write-ups. So we got Eric Longard versus Joe Kai coming up, and then Dallas Sharp and Josh Daddario, and then we're going to be giving away some money. So I don't know. I'm going to
Yeah.
guess the commission is probably going to take over and start writing checks.
Yep.
You guys stay tuned to see who wins, especially who wins Sub of the Year and Match of the Year. We already know our top 4 finishers, so Matt Elkins, man, a little bit lucky, and that Nilo had to take some twos, man. I feel
Yeah.
bad for Nilo.
Yeah, that stinks.
But hey, that's part of it. And Matt Elkins is going to win that $600.
And Matt deserves it. He's had
Yeah.
some amazing matches.
Yeah, he's only been subbed one time. He started off really slow. First couple weeks, he had 0 points. After the first 2 weeks,
he had some
Matt
really
Elkins had
tough
0.
people, right?
Yeah,
like
he
in the
did.
very
He took
beginning.
some draws. He took a draw against him and Joe Kai drawed. Him and Cody Floyd drawed. Or drew, I should say. Who else did he draw against?
Did he win against Hosher?
No, he had a draw against Hodger. So he got really unlucky in that he had to face those black belts, Cody Floyd and Hodger, and then they
Yeah.
just straight left.
I can't remember if he went against Ridge or not. Yeah, I don't
remember.
think so.
Ooh.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, getting
Steven.
Steven Aiken in. That would be amazing, dude. 225.
You should do it, Steven.
We've got a couple of really good guys at 225 already, in the kind of committed, and then a couple more in the works. But, man, adding Steven would be – Steven's a beast, man.
Eric Longard.
So we got Eric Longard coming out in the orange rash guard. Joe Kai also coming out in the orange. Well, actually, Ironclad, he's second best.
Let me see what he said. Aw.
So, last match for both these guys.
$540.
Joe going for that 2-on-1 Russian right there. It's like you can't take your eyes off of Joe. Like any second he could do something insane. Nice pass by, man. Eric has been the king of the fast fight. He jumps to the back, doesn't quite get the hooks in. Now we see a little donkey guard here.
Yeah.
Eric backing up.
$448.
Oh, he needs to watch out. Yeah, Joe needed to watch out for that arm drag. He was playing a little too... I need to be a little bit more
Uncautious,
cautious.
yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the word right there. So, Joe in. He's got a butterfly, but his knee position doesn't allow him to really set up any attacks from here. He needs to square up.
$412.
Squares up. Goes for the inversion. Eric does a good job. Nice back step attempt right there. I'd like to see Joe end up on top here and pass. Nice back step, though, by Eric. He's looking for possible foot lock. Eric steps in aggressively, and he's on top passing Joe's weak side guard.
341.
Oh, Joe does the look away.
He's the showman.
But Eric just stood his ground. Strong hips right there, but Joe with the look away takedown attempt. Yeah.
305.
Joe just puts a smile on your face.
Yeah.
There needs to be more grapplers like Joe Kai.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, he's so much fun to watch. Sloppy by Joe right there. Eric starts to get inside, looking to set up his weak side passing. Joe looking to enter into a leg. He's got ankle control here, looking to invert. And now Eric's in on a leg. Joe, though, knee line's already free. Good switch right there by Eric. But, man, again, Joe just gets that knee line free, and they're back to standing. So there's 220 left. Neither guy's had an advantage. Arm drag attempt by Eric.
157. $140.
So got a minute 30 left. Joe's in on the front headlock here. We've seen him finish a few darts from this position. I wonder if he's going to go to that.
120.
Goes to the back right here. Joe, though, does a great job. Nice work from both guys. That was high level. Joe goes for the back. Eric recognizes, gets his back to the mat, but man, Joe immediately in on that leg drag, and we see that Nicky Ryan setup again that he hit Clay Malone with.
55 seconds.
Joe's scissor leg attempt, and he gets the scissor leg, and he's gonna get the tap. What? Oh, that's a joke.
There you go, Egghead Warrior. Great job, Joe.
I mean,
77 for Joe.
Dude, that's Joe Kai, man. Like, that's Joe Kai.
He is a showman.
Eric Longard.
Much respect.
Closet fan of Eric Longard. I can't tell you guys enough how much respect I have for Eric's game. I really think he's got a very solid game. But, man, Joe's tough to deal with. And Joe's so unorthodox. I didn't see that scissor leg coming. I actually wasn't thinking about it at all until he flew in. And I'm glad Eric's knee avoided taking any damage there.
Yeah.
This is the first, I mean, think about it. Nobody got hurt during the PGF from a submission. I mean, we've seen a couple guys
That's some pops.
we've seen a couple guys take some pops, but nobody's been out of commission because
Somebody
of
fell
it.
asleep.
It's tough not to give Joe Kai a sub of the year. I mean, him and Jonathan Roberts, you think about Joe Kai calling a flying triangle.
Yeah.
He's had his sub against Noah, where he went from a standing truck entry to the back to the rear naked choke.
That was awesome.
His match just right there.
Let's give a super mega chat to 10th Planet Shoals with the $100 donation.
Wow.
Even though you guys didn't match it, but I do appreciate the guys that did. Chris Luddington, 10th Planet Shoals coming through with $100. So we really appreciate Chris.
Yeah, so this is our last match of the night, guys, and man, it's been a long night, but man, it's been worth it because the matches have been the best. This has been the best night so far. I mean, there's been 4 matches that have just been contenders for match of the year. So we got 2 teammates here, both blue belts, 10th planet Decatur. They're both trickers, so they do a lot of flips. As we see, I say that. Oh my gosh. Maybe we save the best for last. We see a flying Kimura attempt.
Oh my God. I think you got to.
Yeah. Dallas goes for the flying sub, and man, I don't know if that was that a pop?
He sat on his face real hard.
Yeah.
Or he flew on his face.
We might have our first butt submission.
You jinxed it. You said there were no injuries.
Oh my.
It scared me to
I was literally looking at you, dude.
I was like, where's it coming
I was looking at Clutch, and all I saw,
something flying out of the side of my vision.
yeah, dude, I just saw him run. In Brazil, a brawl would have started. 100%.
All right, 518.
Hey, man, I would do that same flying butt move.
Flying butt.
Ooh, nice pass by Dallas. Dallas being very aggressive. He knows how good Josh is. Both these guys are very good at inverting and finding their guards from the north-south position.
454.
Dang, we had James Cole. We got James Cole rooting for one
James,
instead of the other.
You cannot pick one of them.
Yeah, James
They're both
Cole.
on our team.
Yeah, you're supposed to say, come on, Dallas and Josh.
428.
Exactly, Darren. That was the Bronco Buster. You imagine telling the doc you broke your nose because another man did a flying butt submission.
410. I don't think I would tell the doctor that. I would make something else up, something cool.
James Cole, as always, being poetic. And, yeah, you got to choose someone. I'm with you.
352.
Dallas is in on this Kimura grip here. And he's looking for this arm. Ooh.
Oh, nice, Dallas.
Nice break to finish the season.
3 for Dallas.
Dallas apologizing for the flying butt. And there we go, guys. The PGF regular season is over.
OV.
You guys let us know real quick. Who should win sub of the year? Who should win match of the year? I had a couple picked out. I thought the sub of the year is very competitive. I mean, obviously, we got to put in, I think, Joe Kai's calling the triangle, then hitting it. That flying scissor he hit tonight. Jeremy Geiger versus Matt Anderson. That flying scissor was incredible to the knee bar. Now, there was some controversy in the Scarecrow of Doom and Jeremy Geiger match, or that would have been maybe my pick for sub of the night. But since there was, or sub of the year, but since there was controversy, obviously Jonathan Roberts Jonathan's had probably 5 subs that potential sub of the year. I mean, his sub against Ridge Blackburn, the reverse daily Hiva arm lock he hit on, who did he hit that on? But it was disgusting. His match tonight, I mean, the one on Caleb.
Yeah, I agree with Egghead here. I would say either the Jonathan Roberts versus Nilo or Jonathan Roberts versus Caleb.
Yeah. And obviously, this being a professional show, you don't want to go, oh, well, Jonathan can't win both. Like, no. Like, if the people think, and I don't know who is deciding this.
Yeah.
If I had a vote, I would say sub of the year goes to, man, I'm such a fan of flying submissions. Match
Yeah.
of the year for me goes to Caleb versus Jonathan.
Okay.
I thought that was, and there was a couple of others, but I actually might go Nilo's triangle on Mike Ritchie. That, because all around that was incredible, and the arm lock, the initial arm lock was insane. Mike Ritchie's arm lock escape was insane, and then popping the triangle and getting the finish. And Mike's only been tapped one time this season.
And that was it.
Yeah, I would say that's my sub of the year. Is Nilo versus
Mike Ritchie. Yeah.
And then match of the year would be Caleb McAllister versus
Okay.
Jonathan Roberts.
All right. So we got some opinions here.
Yeah, we're seeing some Joe Kai's in there. I mean, Joe Kai's flying triangle, that's tough to beat.
Okay. Nice, guys.
So a couple of other really good matches that I want to talk about. I mean, Hajer versus Nilo was also another incredible match because we're only picking matches that ended in a sub. Now, there's been a few draws. Moises versus Blake Randall, if you're talking about draws, that Moises-Blake Randall match was insane.
Well, could you match of the year? I don't know. Can you have a match of the year without it ending in a sub?
No, look,
Oh, okay. I didn't read all of it.
draws
My
not
apologies.
eligible. Yeah, 10th Planet Shoals, you know, hey, telling Joe Kai you can't hit a flying move is a mistake.
Right.
Like, go out there and
Been
do it.
proven.
Like, Joe's the dude. Joe's the dude. You talk about Babe Ruth calling your shot, man. Joe Kai.
Yeah.
Dude, the Ghost Escape by Robert Autry was super sick. I mean, honestly, that sub, and so this would be my argument, Wallow, is the Jonathan Roberts sub on is the same, I mean, was the same sub that Robert hit. They both used that bottom side darce. And obviously, we saw Jonathan hit it to, black belt level. But, dude, don't take anything away from Robert Autry.
No.
His was incredible as well.
I've been super impressed with Robert, yeah.
Yeah. That guy's a
But,
blue belt.
yeah.
There's a couple guys. I see. Well, too. I just read Ernest, but yeah, I really think that Robert Autry and a couple other guys have earned belt promotions. There's a couple guys that really deserve it.
Do you think we have some guys that deserve belt promotions here at Decatur?
Nah, I don't want to say that on air. Like, hey, if I only had to pick one, I'm not going to
Right.
James Cole it. Like, choose one guy that you're going to give a belt promotion to.
Yeah. There's a lot of feelings wrapped up in belts.
Yeah.
A lot of emotions.
Hey, man, shoot, I'll go ahead and say it. Kevin Primo for brown belt looks pretty good to me, man. Kevin's had an amazing season. He took Jonathan Roberts, had a very competitive match with Jonathan Roberts. Took Jonathan and Caleb McAllister to draws. Only time he lost was to he got subbed by was Elijah Carlton, and he made a huge mistake. He knows he made a huge mistake in that match. So yeah, I mean, I think Kevin at brown belt looks pretty good.
I agree. Yeah.
Matt Elkins for black.
Yeah.
Jonathan Roberts for black. I mean, those aren't our guys
Right,
per
we
se. I
can't
mean, Matt
rule those
Elkins
out.
trains. He's under us. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Hey, man, Jeremy Geiger. He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good this
The knee
season.
barista.
But yeah, shoot, Robert Autry, that dude needs a blue belt.
Just based on his defense, I think he needs a blue belt.
His guard. I've been in that darce, bottom side darce, the Ghost Escape to the darce. But yeah, so for me, guys, sub of the year, I would give to Nilo. And match of the year, I would give to Jonathan and Caleb.
I don't know. So sub of the year, I think it's probably going to be, like I said, either Jonathan and Nilo or Jonathan and Caleb. Probably Jonathan and Caleb. I just don't know about match of the year. Like, there's just so many. I'm glad I'm not deciding, actually. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna cop out on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think another match that nobody's talked about is Seth Tatum versus Blake Randall. That was one of my favorite matches of the season. Ends in a very late sub. I mean, both guys. Blake Randall, he's the the younger version of Joe Kai.
Yeah.
That kid's got a future. He's going to be very, very good. Already very good.
Yeah. I wish we had the standings like updated. That way we could see who's going to go against who in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, that'll all be updated, and
Brandon will probably put it in tonight, actually, guys.
And so, thinking now, who is the favorite heading into the tournament? Because we have Elijah, the clear favorite, out. Who do you like?
Okay, so Matt Elkins is number 2.
So, wait, you're asking what?
So Elijah was number 1, right? And he's out.
Yeah, but I'm
So-
saying going into the tournament. So
Yeah.
take him out. I'm saying like
But I'm
who do you
saying-
think is the favorite? And regardless of because I mean Jonathan Roberts is like 8th.
Oh, yeah, he's only got 68 points. I
Buffing.
got issues with my checks being on.
Super interesting. She's got money.
You got to decide who's going to be match of the year and sub of the
Already decided. I'll let y'all know in just a second.
Do I need to add it to that one?
Let me see that one right there. Nope. All right, Elijah, come on, big dog, let's go.
I need him to fill out one.
Elijah. Yeah, sorry, I won't do that again. We'll bring him in right here betwixt. Put us a little seat right here. Put us a little seat. Give us a little stool, a little booth. What's up, big dog? Congratulations, man.
Dude, thank
Congratulations. That's okay. We're just no, I don't want to reboot it. We're just recording it.
The
It's just is what it
season
is.
winner, Elijah
Yeah, we'll put this
Carlton.
chair in here for you right here so you can sit down, man.
I need that form before you leave.
Off the record.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Off the books.
Yeah, pull up a chair, man. So, what's been your overall experience, dude? First of all, have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, it's been a blast, man. I've made a lot of good friends here. It's been like the number one thing, you know. It's like I didn't know a lot of these guys before, and now we're cool, you know.
Oh, that's really good to hear,
been
man.
a lot of fun.
That's something that's kind of come up several times, actually, is like everybody had a fun time with each other hanging out in the rooms and stuff. It almost became like Gallows Brotherhood, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like instead of, yeah, go ahead.
Incredible, man. It really has.
What's, want to finish everybody anyway, so.
For sure, man. And realistically, it wasn't even the end of the season. The same Elijah hasn't showed up since like week 2. Where did I
Yeah.
get sick? I missed week 3.
I can't remember. Was it
Yeah,
3?
I missed week 3. I had that Elijah's been gone for a minute. You know, I've been sick, just gotten hurt. It's been rough, but
Hey,
I
dude,
did
you
what I
pulled
said I was
through.
gonna do,
You
man.
did,
That's-
and you did. You did what you
I
said
did
you're
what I
gonna
said I
do,
was
man.
gonna do, and
It was
I'm
really
happy
great
about
work.
that. I didn't really get to. The first 2 weeks, I really showed my new game and how I could get on top and have my way with people, but I didn't get to do that for the last few weeks. So a little upset with that, but overall,
Well, you should be pretty happy
did
with your
what I did.
performance, man. We may never ever see somebody go 20 for 20 again.
You just said this earlier. That's bullshit because I'm doing it next season. All the big boys, come on, bring it.
All right, dude.
get it.
That's a good way to close
Love
it
it,
out.
brother.
I love you too, man. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you, homie.
All right, who's number 2? Who's number 2 in the money?
Dun dun dun.
That was Elijah, so I think that's Matt Elkins.
Okay, number 2 is Matt Elkins. Let's go, Matt. Come on, buddy. So, Elijah scored 112 points for the season, and then Matt's the only other person that broke 100. Well, he didn't break 100. He got 100. Have a seat here, big dog. All right. So,
Make it out for this.
that's correct.
Truly honored.
That's correct. So you are the winner of 600 fresh new dollars. Voltron. V's up.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate all you fine people.
What?
And Coke Zero, all my sponsors.
That's good. 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 You know how to work your way into the commission's heart there. Yeah.
You gotta want it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm
But don't show the check on camera.
Of course not.
All right. So What is your overall impression? How do you feel like it went?
First of all, it was the most fun ever.
Yeah.
That was that's most important, is that it's a good time.
Yeah.
All the competitors and of course you guys have been awesome. They instead of everybody back and being quiet and sitting in the corner and not talking to people, we got to interact with each other. We were talking down and breaking down each other's games back there while the matches are happening and stuff like that. I've learned so much about jiu-jitsu in these past few weeks, and I feel like I've just gotten so much better, and that alone is a huge opportunity. And then, yeah, by the way, I'm pretty sure that I just made more than I ever made in my professional MMA career.
You're a professional grappler. Now, who called that? Who called that, if you can remember?
That was Sensei Brandon.
Sensei Smush is what you call me.
Okay.
Sensei Smush.
Sensei Smush. I've always wanted to use that voice with the wop, 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 super chat.
Yeah,
You know what
well,
I'm
just
saying?
bring it on, dude. It's good.
It's all good. I'll be here next season waiting on that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. What did you think about the point system? What was your overall impression after it all shook out?
My number one favorite thing about the entire rules or how it was structured or any of that is the fact that you do not have to have a ton of opinion from the referees. If it's wrestling, if it's MMA, if it's jiu-jitsu, there's always this big spiel or there's some kind of shtick in the rules somewhere that somebody doesn't like. And I like that it just almost completely took it out of their hands. And I just thought that was awesome.
You could just be good or not. Your call.
Yeah, we're not gonna leave this to somebody's opinion. There's not gonna be any real griping afterwards because the ref stopped it too soon, or they called this a takedown and that wasn't a takedown, or he said that he pulled guard. No, he didn't. And I really thought that was really cool. That was probably my favorite change in the rules that you guys put out there, made with y'all's rule set at least. I also really like the idea that chokes are worth more, in case y'all didn't notice. That was
part of the strat.
Yeah, part of the strategy there. I just think that if you're talking about self-defense or jiu-jitsu or whatever, the chokes are definitely worth more. And the fact that they're worth 7, thanks for coming out. I appreciate that a lot. I also, just another thing, another benefit of doing this as far as a grappler is getting the ability to break down your game and see how, I've been working on leg locks this entire time, trying to get my leg lock game up because I see that chokes are such a big part of the game. And then I saw how other people not only, they solve problems for instance, Mike Ritchie, big dude, hard to choke, didn't choke my man, you know what I'm saying? But, could have grabbed a little 3-piece on the way out.
Maybe, yeah.
And maybe tried to go for his legs. And so I saw that was a big opportunity that I missed in the first 2 weeks because obviously that's when I had my 4 matches where I didn't score any points. 5 matches if you include getting choked out in 40 seconds biological. It happens to the best of us. It happened to all 20
literally did
of us.
happen to the best of
Shout
you,
out
yeah.
to Elijah Carlton with a fantastic performance, my dude.
Yeah.
Way to train.
Impressive.
And we're all talking about getting together and training, and most of these people are here, regionally for the most part. I know that a few people are coming from a good ways away, but we've all talked about getting together and training, and I think that's just another awesome opportunity. And I really don't have anything negative to say, besides the fact that you guys are back here.
That's your favorite
Other
part.
than these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Matt Elkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
Tip your server on the way out. All right, who's number 3 on the money? Yeah? Is it?
Caleb.
It's Caleb, right?
Got 96 for Caleb.
Yeah, only 90. 97. I don't think that's right. I think you're correct.
I don't know.
Hold on. Hold on, we may have some controversy here.
What's it say on your site, Mark?
I didn't count the DMPs, so she's right. Nyla.
Wait, you didn't count the damn? Hold on. What does the official site say? What is the PGF? Bring me, open your phone and go to PGF1.com.
Speaking of chokes versus kills, or chokes versus breaks, excuse me. If any of you follow Eddie Bravo, he shared a post on Instagram this past week. I don't know exactly when, but the dude was in a leg lock, okay, getting his leg broke, and he allowed it to be broken so that he could take the dude's back and choke him. And he got the choke even though the dude was breaking his leg. So that's kills versus breaks for you right there, all right?
Okay, got it. Nilo is number 3.
Boom.
That is correct. Okay, number 3 is Nilo Bergener. What's up, dude?
Danilo, D-A-N-I-L-O. Oh, and also, my last name is spelled wrong. B-U-R-G-E-N-E-R.
Yeah, I got it right on everything except the official side.
Okay.
All right, man. Congrats, dude. You had an awesome season.
Yeah,
You had an incredible season. So what's been your overall impression of everything? Like, good, bad, too much, too far to drive?
I definitely feel like I learned a lot about my game overall and gained a lot of competition experience too. Drive wasn't too bad. I feel like 3 hours is like just where I could like.
That's the limit.
stay sane.
Yeah.
It's like a nice little road trip every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I could have enjoyed it more.
Nice,
Super
man.
Solid. Glad to be here.
What are your final thoughts now that we've had 20 games for it to shake out on the way that the points were structured, like the 7 points, 3.0?
Yeah, it was interesting. I do get why the chokes were so much more, I guess. But it definitely changed up my strategy for sure. And because honestly, I feel like my #1 submission is an armbar. So when I was
Which you
like,
showed a couple of.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you showed a great one
I
against.
feel like I was able to have that in my back pocket if I couldn't get the choke, which was of course my main goal the whole time. It's everybody's goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I had to train differently, and it made me train specifically for chokes, and had to put my plan A in my back pocket as my plan B this time. So it was interesting. Everything was new.
Do you feel like that was good for your jiu-jitsu and your training, or bad or neutral, or just different?
I think it was. I think it really opened me up, and it forced me to do chokes because, of course, it was structured with 7 points because it was so much stronger because, you can't strength the choke.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like you can arm bars.
Dude, we saw a couple of times where people were like, no, they were done,
Yeah.
done with joint locks. Like, I would have tapped a couple of times when guys got out.
For sure.
And then we saw somebody that just was like, no, I'm not going to quit
Right.
on a choke, and you see what happens, man. And Caleb got put to sleep tonight.
Yeah, that was super crazy.
That was wild, dude. What a match. So coming in, you had my sub of the year.
Oh, really?
That's right. You coming in, you had my sub of the year when you took out Hajer.
Oh, yeah.
So I wasn't going to award that the match of the year, even though I really feel like that could have been match of the year too. But I didn't want to give 500 apiece to. I didn't want to give him 500 since he's not here anymore.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm giving you sub of the year. So you're going to get an extra $500.
Sweet.
So congratulations, man, and I appreciate your dedication to the tournament. So you're going to walk out of here with, what's his total he's walking out with? 900. So yeah, you're walking out with $900 instead of just 400, man.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, she'll catch you a check on the way out of here. You got any final words for your people? October 2nd, we're going to see you in the tournament.
Yeah. No, my God, I'm so excited about that. Is there a place to figure out who we're going against before?
Yes, well, yeah. So what did you finish in your bracket? I'll tell you right now.
Third.
So you finished third in your division?
Oh, you mean in my conference?
Yeah, just in your conference.
I did
Third in your conference? Okay, so then you'll go against the number 6 seed on your side, whoever that is.
Gotcha.
So it's 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3, 6, 4, 5.
Got it.
So
Awesome. Can't wait.
who does that work out to be?
Yeah, opposite conference.
No, same conference. Number 6.
Number 6 is Noah.
Noah Randolph. All right, so that'll be no time limit, sub only. Arm locks count the same.
I'm so excited. There might be one.
All right, man. Great to see you, Nilo. There's your checks right there, bro. All right, so then the next one is Caleb McAllister, yeah? All right. Caleb McAllister, you're up, baby. How much is his for? 200. All right.
What's up, gentlemen?
Welcome, welcome. All right, my guy.
What's going on? Good to see you guys.
All right, man. So happy to report that we're going to write you a check.
Awesome.
I'm also happy to report that I'm calling your match versus Jonathan Roberts match of the year. So y'all both are picking up.
My brilliant strategy of diving into it just to make sure that we qualify paid off.
It paid off, dude.
That was
perfect work. Perfect. Yeah, so his total is 700.
All part of my brilliant plan.
Yeah, dude. That was
a fun match.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
That was a lot of fun.
So what's your overall impression of, so you probably came the farthest away of anybody each week.
It was a bit
and you
of
were
a
here reliably every time, even as some of the opponents that you were most interested in started to slide out. You never wavered.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You stuck it out like a champ, and you became one of the favorites, one of everybody's favorites, like as the season went on.
I appreciate
Definitely,
it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my appreciation for you as a grappler and as a person, as a competitor, grew every time that I saw you. Every single time that I saw you.
That's very kind of you
So
to say, man.
it's not me being kind. That's just the way it is. So, what's been your overall impression of the league, man?
I've had a blast, man. I love what you're doing, in terms of growing the pro grappling scene, and that was one of the things that I really wanted to support. Obviously, it's been a rough year for grappling and really sports in general. So the people that are really fighting to try to help bring that back and help it grow, I really want to support. And I, thought you guys did an incredible job. A lot of the people that were, watching me were talking about how great the productions were and how much they enjoyed watching it. Like the camera work, I've got friends who are, professional camera people, and they're like, they actually know how to do camera work. I'm like, yeah, he's like a professional. But no, it was a blast to be a part of. Like you said, there was a couple of matches that I was really excited about that never happened, but I have so much respect for the dozens of guys that showed up, as injuries pile up and it just gets grueling and tiring. And they're a special breed. Every single one of these guys are
It's been an interesting grind, right?
It
like
has.
there's really never
It's
been
unique.
a season in jiu-jitsu before.
It's just very unique to be able to suck it up and keep getting yourself back out there, instead of one tournament, then you can go get fat and celebrate. So this is different.
How did you like, one of the things that I was most excited about coming in, I know, I don't know how well it was received since there were like lower ranked guys in the tournament, but I put those guys in, I told them when they signed up, like, some guys are in this league to get dunked on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did you feel about like having different levels? Did that put extra pressure on you as the black belt?
In a way, I've always said that the only thing that really matters is your skill and your ability. It doesn't, belts don't make a difference. Like I've said many times, I've had black belts that I didn't even break a sweat with, and I've had blue belts give me absolute fits. Like, belts don't really mean that much. I mean, yes, they're, I'm honored to have been awarded the belts that I have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they don't matter in that sense. But once the bell rings and the ref says go, they don't matter.
They don't matter, yeah.
That's when they don't. So no, I agree with you 100%, especially in Nogi where they really don't matter.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. And like I said, there was nobody in this entire season that wasn't capable of catching anybody else on any given day, no matter what their rank was. They were a dangerous lot of guys, and there was nobody that I could take lightly.
How did you feel about 7 points, 3 points, about how the points were scored?
Overall, I liked that. I thought it was really interesting because that at one fell swoop, it made guard passing matter again. Like that was all you had to do, and suddenly people wanted to pass guard. It was really interesting how much that changed the strategy.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure that points will be tweaked in little ways as the seasons go on, but overall, I really liked it. I was talking to Matt earlier. I liked how much people wanted to wrestle because I really wanted to work on that as far as prepping for ADCCs, and I didn't expect as many people to kind of want to work wrestling as well.
Well, the top position mattered.
Exactly.
Because of the
no
point
time.
structure.
You had to get the takedown and get past the guard fast. So that was something I didn't expect. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool in hindsight. like I said, in terms of the different rankings and the different people in the roster, there were certainly guys that I was really excited to hopefully add to my scalps. But I can only, give my absolute best against the guys that want to be here. And the ones that don't, that's between them and their conscience and who knows what. But
yeah, who knows?
But if somebody doesn't want to compete with me, I'm not gonna be a dick about it. It's like, okay, well, somebody said, I think it might have been Chael's son, and was, if two people want to fight or compete, and one guy says I can beat you, the other guy says no, I can beat you, well then you compete and you find out who's right. If one guy says I can beat you and the other guy's like, I don't want to show up, well then, okay, I guess we agree then. So then there's no point in arguing after that.
Yeah.
So, I'm like I said, I just have a ton of respect for the guys that showed up, and I'm really excited for the postseason.
Any predictions on how that's going to go?
Well, it's going to be
It's wild now. It's wild now with Elijah out.
Yeah, that is. I'm so disappointed by that.
Man, he's disappointed too because he thinks he's got that 1,000 in the bag too.
And I know he also wants a rematch with me.
Yeah, I know he does.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Why don't when we have PGF season 2, why don't we just have a special rematch with you two guys, and we'll take care of that during season 2?
Yes, that's a great idea.
Right on, bro.
Yeah,
Caleb, it's been an absolute honor getting to know you, man.
Thank you so much.
Honor.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah,
I'll
I
see you
love
in a couple
having you
weeks.
around. See you soon, man.
Thanks, sir.
All right, who's my next one? Oh, here you go, Caleb. Yeah, you're gonna have to fill that out.
Did you get an extra check for the match?
I think she included it right there.
Kevin Primo.
Kevin's next. All right, Kevin, let's go, big dog. All right, Kevin.
What's up?
So,
I know you guys.
yeah, we already know you, man, and we'll get to rehash it with you a little later, but what's been just your overall impression of the season, man? How's it been for you? You're a local guy, so how do you feel like it's gone for you?
I've loved it. This is the best thing that I've seen as far as jiu-jitsu goes in a long time. If I'm not even here competing, I'll be watching it wherever I am. I love this setup, but I've liked it. I have. I'm a huge fan, and of course, I don't know, this guy doing all the video work is amazing, and all the competitors we had, all the the hard ones that kept showing up and everything. I loved every bit of it. It was awesome.
What do you think? How did you like the way the 7 points versus 3 points shook out over the course of 20 games?
I liked it. I did, and you did a really good job. We actually talked about this the other day. You did a good job making sure everybody got their matches in too. So
Man, I tried. I couldn't do it tonight. I had to have a stop at some point.
Well, we're at the end, and sometimes things just don't play out. Sometimes people are going to get injured, but you did the best you could with it, and it played out the way. Kind
of how everybody expected it to shake out in the long run, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It worked out pretty close to that.
It did, yeah.
What do you think is going to happen in the tournament? Because see, the tournament is no time limit sub only. How many times did you get subbed?
One time.
By?
Elijah Carlton.
Elijah's not in the tournament.
I know. Makes me sad though. I want Elijah to be in it. I want him to be in it.
I hear you.
Yeah, I did.
But now the only person in the whole season that tapped you is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you win that tournament?
Oh yeah. No,
do you expect to win it?
Yeah. Of course I do. I always expect to win things.
Kevin Primo, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
that's all. The Liquid Terminator.
The only thing that I'm upset about is that Elijah is leaving, so I don't have a chance to to go against Elijah again. I love that competition. That's me. It's it makes the mountain a little taller to climb. So it is what it is. I hate it that his shoulder got injured though, because I'd love for him to be in there. But yeah, that's me. That's what I'd love to do. And honestly, I can't tell you who my favorite is though. But I expect to win it, but besides that, there's so many good guys in there.
Could really be anybody. I guess Elkins has probably got to be the favorite after that.
Honestly,
because
Elkins, when I sit back and I look at
only Elijah tapped him, and he tapped Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
But him and Caleb didn't face though, right? Elkins versus Caleb. You faced both of those guys, yeah. Draw with both of them.
Draw. Yeah.
So those are unfinished business then for all of you guys.
It is.
We'll find out on October 2nd. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right, who's next, Lindsay? Joker! My man. Oh, you already shaking that money out. Don't show it on the thing, man. Lindsay will be mad at me. Oh, so you already got yours.
Yeah.
All right, what's your overall impression of the season, man?
I'm alive. I made it because I didn't think in the beginning of the season, I was like, oh no, you know. But like I said, if you guys watched, I just made some adjustments. I learned from the mistakes. I kept training, and I had a really good time.
Made a couple of adjustments to your own training too.
Yes.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know, I had to first figure out my body and kind of have my training be very specialized. Like, depending on how I feel, I might have had to train from the bottom. I practiced escapes. I practiced being in deep waters, even though I was never really in those positions except for one person. But mostly, I tailored my training for high cardio.
It showed too, man.
High cardio because I'm small, so I can't have a who's the strongest battle.
Right.
But I'll have you chase me. We can run around and
we can have the who gets tired first battle, huh?
Let's play that first.
Yeah, and you tend to win those exchanges, huh?
Sometimes.
How did you feel about the way the 7 versus 3 versus 0 points shook out over the course of the season?
Man, it felt
over 1 week, whatever, but over the course of the season, what'd you think?
It really changed a lot of people's games, and it changed mine because coming in, I was like, I'm only going for 7. I'm not going for 3, but sometimes you have a night where you don't score because you're so hungry for 7, and that happened to me a few times where I missed out on opportunities to be on that leaderboard. I got 3rd place on the West. I had a chance of getting 2nd place, which is a surprise to me. But I didn't go for it because I thought that I didn't have a chance. So the points really affect how you play jiu-jitsu in this tournament. So you got to think to yourself, are you going to collect the easy points? Easy. Because when you only go for a choke, basically what you're saying is I'm going to cut off a majority of my submissions. And if you cut off the majority of your submissions, then you're going to become less of a threat.
Yeah.
So that's how people were surviving. If I would have thought just submit, I think I would have been way more successful at winning the match versus scoring.
And did you like that or dislike it?
I loved it because it kept me safe too. Because if everybody didn't care about points, this would be a leg lock fest.
Mm-hmm.
And people will be having trouble walking out of here. No pun intended, or all pun intended. But you know, the fact that it was choke heavy allowed the blue belts to not die, allowed the people that don't do leg locks as much to not die. It brought the purity back into all our old school heads. It brought the purity back into jiu-jitsu because now you have to attack the back. You have to learn how to attack side control. You can no longer just jump into legs from open guard. And also for the people that are in these situations, like if you're in the side control or you're defending the back, you now have to be very, very conscious of side control. My opinion, I think the Darce was the most dangerous weapon in the whole season. And if anything, I feel bad that I didn't listen to this man because he was yelling at me the whole time, Darce, Darce, Darce. But if you watch a lot of the tape, the people that went for the Darces pretty much
landed them.
They landed them.
Because you had to create movement. Because when there's so much movement, the Darce and especially the Marce become available. Yeah. If you can find it in the scramble, not even scramble, but find it as the space is created and then follow it, the Marce is available in this format more than anything else and any other choke, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because the back is hard to get, man. The arm triangle is hard to get. You got to pin people down. You got to positionally dominate them. With the Marce, I just need you to move. Same as a guillotine. Once you know how to do it, it's easier than a guillotine.
And it's really hard to move out of side control without
exposing that. That's correct.
So
my guy, strategy. It's just all about strategies. Yep. All right. So the people that are trying to do the 225-pound season, you got one piece of advice as a PGF veteran that's been through a season and
what's the weight?
Finishing the money, 225.
Okay.
What do you tell them?
Here's my advice. If you're under 195, you better be a bad dude. Otherwise, don't come into that tournament. It's not safe. It's not for you.
It's not safe. It's not for you.
Not for you. You better be a bad dude. Like, you better be a high-level brown belt, or if you're a purple belt, you better have like some kind of like bazooka in your back pocket, because that's not for you. Now, if you're 200 plus, and if you're 210 plus, and you're a blue belt,
hey man, run it.
Run
Let's
it.
see.
This is a chance for you to play a game where you don't have to be careful. Because a lot of big guys, they're scared to crush people. You don't got to worry about that in the 200 plus. So you can really lay on somebody. You can really work all that strength that coach has been telling you to stop doing in class because you're going to kill somebody. So now you get to release that safely. And also, just know that just because you're big doesn't mean that, it's going to be it's actually, what I'm trying to say is watch out for the cardio. If you got bigger muscles or just more weight, that requires more oxygen. So, and you're also lifting more weight because now you're going against people your size. So my advice to you is the same way as I got into this. Come in there with your cardio on point because you will gas out within 2 minutes if you don't.
Word. Joe, you're the man, dude.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, dude. Awesome work.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome work.
Thanks, chat.
All right. Who's next? Elbow Bay? Elbow Bay. Where is Elbow Bay here? Oh, yeah. All right, Elbow Bay. Where's he at? Oh, man. I feel like we should all be applauding you as you walk over here, dude. So you're in charge of Moises as well.
Yeah, I'll take good care of his
so
money.
So this is number 7, right? And then Moises was number 8. So he's going to take Moises. Moises already had to go. You got 200, and then you got an additional 500.
Heck yeah.
An additional 500 for your match tonight with Caleb.
What an epic match.
So, dude,
what an epic match.
I would have given you sub of the season too, but I wanted to spread it out a little bit, and I wanted to hook Nilo up for that kill that he had over Hajer too. So I felt like felt like that was worthy.
Oh, for sure.
I felt like that was worthy.
100%.
But dude, you put Caleb McAllister to sleep tonight, dude.
I did. It was
I just want to hear what your thoughts were coming into that match, and then what your thoughts were on the way out.
So my thoughts going into the match, I knew that he's, a very good black belt. Pace is unreal. The dude doesn't get tired. I don't think it's possible for him to get tired.
But you look like you didn't get tired in the match. I know you were pushing it hard, but you were the one pushing the offense the whole time, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need to go back and rewatch it because I was kind of in the zone, a little bit of flow state happening. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But the pace of that match, from what I remember, was unreal.
Yeah.
The pace was really high in that match, and I was, been working on my cardio a lot leading up to this. So thankfully it showed up today, and I was able to continue to push the pace. But the expectations going into that, I definitely didn't think I was going to get a choke. Nonetheless, one that was deep enough to put somebody out. So, and it seems like everybody had a good time watching the match because that match was so.
Dude, I was so hyped.
Of my 12 and a half years of jiu-jitsu, that might be one of my favorite matches that I've ever had. It was such a fun match.
It's one of the best matches I've ever seen. It had everything, man. It had the drama surrounding it because we had a whole couple of months to lead in to that match too.
Sure.
And then he was looking like he wasn't, maybe you work out a draw with him. And then your story coming through the whole season, just tap, 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 everybody tap, 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 tap. And man, it was incredible, man.
What a crazy match.
It was incredible.
What a crazy match. This is a tough night, just a tough night. The lineup of guys we had, that would have been a nasty lineup for any tournament. Like the chance of you getting 3 guys that are as good as those 3 guys that I had to go against tonight in a tournament bracket, that's a tough night for anybody.
So you got tapped twice all season.
I did.
One of them is Elijah.
Yes, sir. Very good.
He's out of the bracket.
He's real.
Oh, yeah, he's the real man. He's the real deal. But he's out of the bracket. The other one's Matt Elkins.
Very good guy. I trained with him quite a bit.
And somebody that that you can tap as well.
Sometimes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So going into the tournament, you may not have finished as high in the money, but you finished in the money. You finished in the bracketing. What seed are you going to be in the bracket?
Am I 7, 8? 7.
He's the 7 seed in the bracket?
Oh,
no. No, not in his bracket.
4.
So you're the 4 seed in the bracket, which means he goes against number 5, which is?
Moises.
Oh,
Moises
wow.
again.
It's my
Interesting.
teammate from T-Town.
But you just tapped him tonight.
I did. He's tough, very tough purple belt, very strong. Another guy with unlimited cardio.
Do you think you could tap everybody in this thing and take the tournament money?
I do. I mean, honestly, I do. I mean, I don't think that I could tap everybody 100% of the time, but I think that if I
But you think on October 2nd you're gonna?
I think that I'm gonna. Me really envisioning this and then pushing as hard as I have and training as hard as I have for this. I mean, I really think that I could do it.
I think you could do it too.
I think I could do it. It's going to be tough. I mean, there's a lot of good guys in here, and anything could happen. Y'all seen how good Matt is. Y'all seen how good Caleb is. I mean, Moises, all these guys are so good. But I think that I can tap anybody in the league. For sure. And looking forward to it. Looking forward to the no time limit setup as well. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like to get out of there quick, so I'm hoping a lot of these guys don't get out as quick as me and then get tired.
That's the strategy. He's hoping y'all. You could think about this. What if you stabbed him in the back, just quietly under the ribs, maybe?
100%. I mean, if y'all aren't
right
doing
before
some checks,
the match.
I might bring a blade. Who knows, guys?
Okay.
I'm just
You heard it
playing.
here first.
I'm
Jonathan
joking.
Roberts is planning to stab people.
I'm joking, guys.
Hey, man. I do want to hear. Actually, I asked everybody else this, and I almost missed this with you. Two things.
Mm-hmm.
First, your overall impression of the season.
Overall impression is awesome. I've been doing jiu-jitsu a long time, since I was 15 or 16 years old, and this is probably the most fun that I've had in my entire jiu-jitsu career. The friends that I've made through this experience, the competition experience that I've gained, irreplaceable. I mean, my experience here was great. I mean, I think I leveled up. No telling how much as a competitor through this, and I've been able to show off some of the jiu-jitsu that I've never had the opportunity to show off. Like a lot of people have never even heard of me, so it's really
They
cool.
heard of you now, bro.
It's really cool that people got to see what I've been working so hard for a long time. So I really appreciate it.
So, what did you think about the 7 points versus 3 points? The way it all shook out, because really you were probably the only one that was negatively affected by it, I would say.
I would have changed my strategy up a smidge going into it, knowing what I know now. But I didn't think the points would play out as. I didn't think it was going to be as close as it was, because people were specifically hunting chokes, and I thought that wouldn't happen as much. But then I saw people that had half the wins I have and more points. I'm like, oh man, I got to start choking people. I might not even get in the tournament. That was I forget which week it was, but I had that realization, and then
oh shoot,
I got to choke some people.
I'm undefeated, and I may not make the playoff.
Exactly.
So how did you feel about? What were your feelings about that? Did you feel like that was fair? Did you feel like that kind of made it not as good of a rule set, or did you appreciate the gamesmanship?
I appreciate the gamesmanship. I mean, it was fair. That's the spelt out rules. I just didn't think it would come into his play as much as it did, and it was my mistake for not knowing these competitors, and I should have gone for chokes against certain guys like Elijah. Did a good job of picking the guys that he was specifically hunting chokes for, and I didn't start doing that until about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's hard to choke all these guys, especially when you're playing reactions on what somebody's doing. Like if their arms exposed or the legs exposed, it's very jiu-jitsu-y to go for how they're reacting and go for the exposed thing. It's a lot harder to go for something and kind of force it. So you have to be quite a bit better than somebody to force a situation over just going what's being handed to you on how they're reacting. So it was very interesting. Very interesting, but I don't think it was unfair at all. I mean, I enjoyed
I'm happy
it.
to hear that.
And it's not over. I mean, we're just seeded to the tournament, and that's the big show. That's the big show that I'm looking forward to. So I would have gone about it differently, but overall, awesome. I think that this is going to be a big format moving forward.
Well, you're one of the very first stars. You got a place here with us forever, dude.
Heck yeah.
When we're huge one day, you're going to be in the broadcast booth, or you're going to be.
PGF Hall of Fame.
Yeah, dude, you're definitely in the Hall of Fame, dude, no doubt. Hey,
Tony Romo in it.
Love you, brother. Great work, man. Great work.
See you, fellas. I really appreciate the support, guys.
Hey, and then take this one with you too.
This
Yeah,
one?
both of these actually. And Moises needs to fill that out and bring it back to
do.
Lindsay. All right, Keelan, I want to hear closing thoughts from you, my friend.
Man, I think Kanan said it best earlier.
Kanan said it best.
Kanan
This
said
has
it
never
best.
happened. This is unprecedented.
He said earlier, he was like, man, it's like I'm going to miss you guys. I feel like this is like senior year and high school sports are over. And it's like, yeah,
It does kind of feel like that.
That kind of vibe, like the sports league where we're all I don't know.
Yeah, we had a season together, man.
It was really cool, man. I had fun.
How frustrated are you at the present time with the fact that I'm already cooking up multiple other schemes?
I don't get frustrated. I'm here.
Dude, I got stuff up my sleeve. Y'all don't even know. Tell him, Keelan.
Yeah, Brandon's been stewing with some. So
I'm the Elon Musk of jiu-jitsu.
Let me rewind a little bit. Yeah, he was all in on this professional grappling season structured league. All in. It was his new idea. He's been.
I'm still all in.
Yeah, well, not quite. You know, you've got your ducks in another thing.
No, I don't. Not yet.
Anyways,
just cooking.
And now we just finished the season tonight. We haven't even finished the finale, the Super Bowl, and you're already like, I mean, he's already got literally 2 other leagues that he's like ready to start.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. They're all gonna be under the PGF banner. Hey, let's tell everybody a little bit about what we're gonna be cooking up in the next couple of weeks as far as videos on the channel. Like, what do you expect? What should they expect to see the next couple of weeks between now and the playoff?
Between now and the playoff, just lots of PGF stuff.
Yep,
lots of PGF stuff. So, you know, submission reels from the weeks we haven't released, a couple of breakdowns on some matches that were just really good matches, a couple breakdowns on some highlight submissions of the year. Just lots of PGF content. I mean, it's kind of like how ESPN replays a bunch of games and they do breakdowns and they talk about, you know, games that happen. Same thing. We're going to have a lot of PGF content brought to you daily until the finale.
And you want to, I mean, never mind. I got some other stuff up my sleeve. I'm going to keep it to myself right now, though. I think that's it. I think we're done for tonight.
Man.
October 2nd.
October 2nd.
We got a great venue. Live audience. Tickets are on sale right now. We do have limited seating, but we got seating. So, you know, because of the social distancing rules that the venue has to follow and everything, we have limited seating, but we'll still be able to take about 240 people. So we have a nice size venue. It's real nice. Got a beautiful stage, beautiful lighting. Me and Keelan are going to go over there this next week, get some work in.
Discounted tickets for brandedmc.ninja members.
That's right.
You will also get VIP seating and food vouchers. So if you're a member of his website, yes.
Yep, it's $30 general admission, or if you're a member of my site, it's $10, and I'll give you a food voucher and VIP seats for being a paying member of my website.
And I'm pumped for the Super Bowl. Is that what we're calling it? Can I call it the Super Bowl?
You could do whatever you want. Just don't think we can type it anywhere.
Well,
or write it down.
We might change that, but I'm ready for this thing. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be crazy, man. Sub only, no time limit.
I was about to say,
that changes everything.
2 things change everything. Sub only, no time limit. Elijah Carlton's not in the tournament.
Dude. What a crazy turn of events, man.
Yeah.
Looking for 21.
Man.
Yep.
I'm excited.
21's going to be sick.
I hope all of you tune in, and I hope to see the seats we do have packed. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a cool venue.
It's going to be wild,
tournament.
dude.
It's going to be wild. Y'all have seen the matches. They're obviously going to be entertaining. I'm excited.
October 2nd. See y'all there. Thank you.